My name is Saniyah Syed. I'm a student at Palo Alto High School, and over the years, I've been noticing the controversy of teenagers using nicotine. At first, it was kind of just a joke, but it sprouted into something more serious. I started noticing how kids were struggling with peer pressure, addiction, and choosing the feeling over the health risks. After collecting some interviews, here's what some of my peers have to say about the topic.
What is the first thing you think of when you hear the word nicotine?
Cigarettes or Juul. It's just like people do it to look cool. It's just stupid.
Once one person starts using it, a bunch of people, like, it's a trend. It's like every other trend, and it'll hopefully die.
I feel like most people have started through peer pressure, and then through there they've kind of got hooked on it for their own reasons.
Do you think that you would ever be peer pressured enough into smoking a cigarette or nicotine or weed or whatever it is?
I would get peer pressured, and that'd be my own choice.
You wouldn't?
I was peer pressured. Peer pressure is a real thing, guys. They buy people buy stuff for you. Like sometimes you get people like money and they buy it for you and they give it to you. Like people have their ways. Like fake IDs and stuff.
I definitely see like a lot of people juuling and vaping in the bathroom when I go.
If I'm gonna go to the bathroom during school, I would go during brunch or lunch to CVS.
Because of the juuling?
Yeah. Because of the juuling.
I mean, I've known people who went through, like, vaping, they'll go through a pod a day, and that just messes them up.
There's definitely a lot of teenagers that are addicted to it.
I have a friend currently who I guess you could say I care a lot about, who is going through a nicotine addiction, and that's just kind of dumb.
And like she knows it's bad, she knows all of that, and she also has an eating disorder, and she thinks, oh, this is an appetite suppressant, this is good, even though she's fully aware, like, no, I need to get help, and she's getting help, but I don't think she cares at this point.
My dad's best friend was severely addicted to alcohol and nicotine, and he was friends, and he had a daughter the same age as me, so we were really close growing up, and I just always remember her like coughing and like her dad missing like her first time walking and her doing a trick because he had to go out and take a smoke, and it like I just see how it affects her. And I just know he couldn't stop. And you could see it in his eyes every time he smoked in front of us. Each time he literally told us, he was like, I wish I could stop, girls. You have no idea how much this pains me.
It's her life to mess up, but I really just think that it's bad that this is available and just she can make these mistakes and just not care.
And it just is like, you see someone juuling, and I just see my dad like having to deal with his freaking cancer. I mean, it hurts.
It's really sad. Like, it's really hard to see people go through that who you care about and you love, and you don't want anything bad to ever happen to them.
Nicotine is playing a big part in this, and it's not fun to see your friend go down that path.
Only Newport has a fine white filter, menthol and mint, and a blend of great tasting tobaccos. That's how Newport refreshes while you smoke, makes the flavor fresher.
And because they know what a pleasure it is to smoke a mild, good-tasting cigarette, they're particular about the brand they choose. And see what a difference it makes in your smoking enjoyment. See how mild and good-tasting a cigarette can be.
How mild, how mild, how mild can a cigarette be? Make the Camel 30-day test and you'll see, yes you'll see, how mild a cigarette can be. Smoke Camels and see.
Nicotine is kind of killing us in a way.
I think it definitely is. Like in the 50s, like all teenagers smoked like cigarettes, right? So like this is kind of like the new cigarette, I guess.
Back in the day when people were smoking lots of cigarettes, you know, nobody really knew any of the side effects that it had, and they weren't really feeling it firsthand. But through like research and science, we've kind of found out like the different stuff that happens to you through cigarettes. And I think it's kind of the same stuff with like nicotine.
Do you know any of the side effects or harm that it does?
Cancer, high risk of cancer.
I mean, you get hooked on it, right? And, like it can like mess up like your brain and stuff.
I'm pretty sure like kind of rewires your brain. It makes you like lazy.
You'd be less fit if you were to juul on the regular.
It like hurts your lungs pretty badly.
You can develop asthma or just have shorter breaths, just have overall weaker lungs.
It can definitely lead to like, I think, lung problems like popcorn lung and stuff later in life.
It's just bad for your lungs and your brain and stuff, and then you're just gonna like kill you at an early age. And it's not even that good. You just get like a head rush and you just feel dizzy. Like I don't feel like feeling dizzy is a good thing. Like every time I feel dizzy, I just want to like throw up. I mean, I guess it's kind of nice.
Why do you think people juul?
Because it feels good.
Honestly, the feeling when you do is kind of nice too. Like I don't know how to explain. There's just like a feeling. Oh, yeah, there's just like a feeling.
Why don't you juul?
I just think that it's unnecessary because like, I mean, the most you get is like a head rush, right?
Temporary, like feeling good about yourself and like having a head rush for them is more valuable to them short term than them living like a healthy life long term.
I tried vaping in 8th grade once. I didn't know there was nicotine in it. No one told that to me, and I don't think it's fair to expect kids to just know, especially if it's marketed with mango flavors. Like, it just seems like this cool new product.
But I feel like in a couple years, people are gonna like really see the harm that it does.
Have you seen any advertisements or awareness about nicotine and juuling?
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of advertisements about juuling and other nicotine-based substances.
There's lots of like anti-juul ads on SoundCloud.
I've definitely seen like a lot of ads on like music stations and everything like that about like juuling or whatever.
I have on my computer when I watch some videos, sometimes it comes up and it just is like, okay, stop smoking, kind of go onto this path instead.
Not to be jerks or just the uncool kids, but there's not a lot of like, other than the truth campaign, there's not a lot of don't vape around. I mean, at school obviously, but not from like social media or kids our age, not our peers. Like there was the Snapchat account, #DoItForJuul, that got a lot of people into it, that had this idea like you wanted to be part of it. If you saw there was so many celebrities that smoke or vape constantly.
I feel like since we're such like an impressionable like youth, when like celebrities and stuff are, you know, posting about juuling or vaping, and even if they say like we don't condone vaping or whatever, like if you look up to someone and you see them doing that, I think you're still going to, you know, like maybe want to be like them or want to do something that they are doing. Even if there are ads that say like don't do it, I think people are still going to want to like do it no matter what. So
do you think that there's anything that teenagers would listen to that would maybe get them to understand the dangers of nicotine?
They just don't want to face the problem and just kind of want to go on continuously with what they're going on right now, like with their vaping. They just want to keep vaping. They don't really want to change the ways.
I mean, you could try to like stop it, like from the company, try to stop them selling to teenagers, because that's where they make a lot of their money.
And the whole vaping epidemic started because the ads were 110% directed towards kids. There's not one like adult. In my professional personal opinion, I do not think a 40-year-old man will see a very colorful, brightly whatever ad displaying bubblegum and mango flavors as desirable. It's so accessible now. But I think if there were more kids, like our peers saying like nicotine's gross, like don't do it at my house, don't do it in public with me, like I don't like that.
The use of nicotine among teenagers has been a huge controversy.
We weren't really taking it as seriously as we should have taken it.
Many people have connected it to personal things that have impacted their life.
Have dealt with the harm to themselves or a loved one. Had been abusing it while having mental illnesses.
But now we can make a change and help our peers quit nicotine,
so they don't suffer the risk of addiction, peer pressure, and the health problems.
Here is more information and where you can get help.